Hello, and welcome to the third class of Spring Awakening. I am Lora Cheadle, and today we are going to talk about meditation, frequency, and the power of becoming who you are without fear or judgment. And there's a lot here. The reason that I am doing two of these courses pre-recorded is, first, to give you a sense of whether or not you will commit and do things on your own. Because it's really good understanding for yourself to know if you're the kind of person who needs somebody there to hold you accountable, or if you are the kind of person who can be like, no, I can totally do things on my own. I can plan my own schedule, and it doesn't matter what comes up. I do not let things get in the way of taking care of myself. So that's the first reason that I'm doing this. The second reason that I'm doing this is because the information in today's video and tomorrow's video is the kind of information that you are probably going to want to go back to a couple of different times. Not only when you're first learning it, but as things progress and as you make new decisions about who and how you want to be in the next chapter of your life. Okay, so day one and day two, we talked about the unconscious or the subconscious portion of the brain. Today, we're going to jump up to the conscious portion of the brain. And while that might sound like it's really powerful, if you remember, the conscious portion of the mind is only between 1 and 10% of the mind's power. Everything else is subconscious. So you cannot make a decision logically and ever hope to create that change unless you target the subconscious. And by the same token, if you target the subconscious, but you still haven't brought that conscious mind on board, you're not going to be wholly successful either. And in addition to that, it is the conscious portion of the mind that makes the decisions and that makes the changes. So it's really important whenever you are creating new habits or breaking old habits to engage the whole mind. So you've got your whole brain on board. Okay, so let's talk about meditation and what that has to do with the conscious portion of the mind. Okay. I love breaking down myths because there are so many different myths that are out there. Meditation is not the absence of all thought. If you had no thoughts, you would be dead. Even when you're asleep, you have thoughts. Those are your dreams. Meditation is slowing down the thoughts, noticing the thoughts, and having that realization that I am not my thoughts. These thoughts keep coming in and I am observing my thoughts. I am the observer of my thoughts. And what meditation does is it gives you that pause, that break between the thought and the action. Because we've all had these really wacky thoughts, right? Whether they're revenge thoughts or I'm going to move here thoughts or I'm going to go do that thought. Like we have thoughts all the time. Thoughts just keep rolling. Our brain just keeps thinking thoughts. But we don't do everything that our brain thinks of. And that's a good thing because otherwise we'd be like over here and over there and over here. And we would be very schizophrenic and irrational. Hang on, I'm going to cough. I'm just getting over a cold. Sorry about that. So it's good to have that break between the thought and the action. First, because it means you're not psychotically running around doing thing after thing after thing and then thinking about it, but also because it gives you that chance to pause and self-reflect and put in some judgment. And that's that conscious portion of the mind. That's that judgment. And we want a little bit of judgment. We want to judge our thoughts. We want to judge our beliefs. We want to judge our behaviors a little bit. We don't want to let our judgment shut us down, but we do want to judge ourselves a little bit so we can decide if it's a good decision or a bad decision. moving to the Bahamas might really be a great decision, and it might be kind of a harebrained, scattered, wild idea that's just coming across your consciousness because you are in a state of fight, flight, or freeze. Seeking revenge, one of the things that people will talk to me a lot about, they'll say, I really want to revenge cheat. And it's like, okay, let's break that down. It's okay to want to do that. It's okay to think about doing that. If you end up doing it from a conscious place, that's different than thinking, I'm going to do this and running off and doing it and then regretting it. You need to be mindful about the decisions that you're making, and meditation helps you become more mindful. It helps you ascertain, yes, this is a good decision for me. No, this is something I'm really going to regret, and I don't want to go there. So meditation does not stop thoughts. It slows your thoughts, and it gives you a buffer of time in between thought and action so you can determine if this is something you really want to do or not. Another benefit to meditation, the first benefit is giving yourself that buffer of time so you don't do stupid things and then regret it later. Another benefit to meditation is it slows the urgency of everything. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, I do not have time to meditate, that's exactly the day that you need to meditate the most, because meditation elongates and slows time. Meditation slows things down. So whenever you are feeling like, I have got to make this decision right away, oh my gosh, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do the other thing and I have to figure this out. And now I have to manage this and now I have to, and now I have to, and then I have to. Whenever you start feeling pressured like that, that is the best time for you to meditate, because it expands and it slows down time. And it gives you that space to get everything in. Physically, meditation slows, hey, here comes my dog, slows your heart rate and your breath so you feel better. Meditation already slows things down in your mind, but it also slows things down in your body. So any of that anxiety or stress that's coming up, meditation can help calm it down. So think about that already. It helps you make better decisions. It slows things down in your brain and it slows things down in your body. Now, the best part about meditation too, and this is one of the favorite myths that I love to bust, is you don't have to meditate very long at all. You can do a 30-second mini meditation, and this is one of the mini meditations that I teach my people. Of course, you can do a 60-minute meditation. You can do whatever you want, but typically 30 seconds to 3 minutes is all that you need. 30 seconds to 3 minutes is all that you need. In my Affair Recovery Program, one of the tools that I give you is 30 3-minute meditations. Everybody's got 3 minutes. They just do. Even if you have a baby crying, unless that baby is hurt, you can take 3 minutes for yourself. When you're driving somewhere, you can just turn off the car before you go in and take 3 minutes to meditate. When you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, you can turn on one of the mini meditations and spend 3 minutes doing that. That's all that it takes. So what I'm going to attach to this file is both a full-length meditation, a more fuller-length meditation, and a copy of one of my 3-minute meditations, so you can feel what that's like. So you can feel how things shift in 3 minutes. And what I'm going to teach you today is one of my 30-second meditations. As I said before, meditation is not stopping thoughts. It's just observing the thoughts. The reason I do this is because it creates an anchor in your physical body. Just like with hypnosis, it gives you a physical sensation to feel. I'm concentrating on what I feel. I'm noticing if my fingers are cold or warm. I'm noticing if it feels sticky or slidey as they rub together. I'm noticing how the pressure changes that. Today, my fingers feel a little sticky. I'm noticing. And as I'm noticing, I'm breathing. And I'm just noticing if any thoughts are coming up or not. I'm not judging. I'm noticing. That's called mindfulness. And that 30-second mini meditation is all it takes. Wherever you're at, just stop and notice something within you and tactilely. Here's a meditation. Here's some lotion. That's a meditation. I'm smelling. It smells like grapefruit. I'm feeling. I'm using the pressure and I'm noticing. Now, why did we start with meditation? Because it slows thought down. It stops obsessive thoughts. If you are ruminating, you don't need to do anything other than drop into a little meditation. If you can spend 30 seconds thinking about the pressure on your fingers, or 30 seconds putting on hand lotion and feeling your hands, or brushing your hair, or really brushing your teeth mindfully, guess what's going to happen? The obsessive thoughts about the affair, about the other woman, about whatever it is, are going to slow way down. Racing thoughts, slow down. You can use these mini meditations every hour, every 30 minutes, however often you need to slow it down. We talked about the conscious portion of the brain right up in here. You're slowing down that conscious speeding train that is running away with you. And when things start slowing down, it gives you the chance to choose something different. So you're having obsessive thoughts. You slow those thoughts down. You notice. You plug in one of my 3-minute meditations. The thoughts have slowed down. Maybe not gone, but they've slowed down. And now you go into that conscious brain and you choose. You actually choose what you want to think about, what you want to do, what you want to focus on next. And that's where frequency comes in. Meditation slows, so you have a chance to choose, you make a choice, and then the frequency is you pushing that back out. So how does it feel when you've got runaway thoughts? You feel out of control, right? You're like, I can't stop my brain. I can't quit obsessing about it. I'm totally ruminating on everything. I can't stop. I can't stop. Slow it down. Use the conscious brain. You know what? This is what's constructive. This is what I want to think about. You make that choice, and then you start pushing that out. You start broadcasting that thought out. And the frequency, the reason it's frequency is because it literally is a frequency that comes out of our body. And when we're frazzled, we're pushing this frequency of frazzled out of us. When we are feeling like a victim, we're pushing this victimized feeling out of us. When we are obsessing, we're pushing this obsessive feeling out of us. And none of those, first, are healthy for us. Second, they don't attract quality people. People are usually like, oh, got to step away from that. And it just doesn't feel good. So meditation to slow, you make the choice. I'm going to be decisive. I'm going to be decisive. And you make that choice in the conscious portion of your brain. And then you imagine, you visualize, you pretend the decisiveness is seeping out from you, is emanating out from you. And it changes the way you sit, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself, the way you feel. And tomorrow we're going to do a whole bunch of the somatic movement. And that builds on this because this is how you're showing up. I am decisive. I'm decisive. I'm not telling you what I decide. I am decisive. I slowed my thought down. I chose decisiveness. And now I'm projecting decisiveness. I'm projecting the frequency of being decisive. So when you're slowing down, what do you choose? That's hard. Sometimes you're like, I don't know. I'm obsessed about the affair. I'm ruminating, but I'm not sure what it is that I want to choose. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Thank you for being there. Thank you for saying that. And choose something. It doesn't have to be the right answer. There is no right answer. Calm, confident, empowered, free. Those are all really good choices. That's why I named this first affair recovery program about calmness, confidence, and being sexy, empowered, and free. Because those are such default choices that we can make when we don't know anything else. We're like, oh, it's all falling apart. Choose calm. Project the frequency of calm. When you don't know what to do, choose one of those. Calm, confident, empowered, sexy, free. I'm calm. When you project calm, people will meet you with calm. When you project calm, people will meet you with calm, and it will make you more calm. When you project the frequency of confidence, people will perceive you as more confident. They will treat you like somebody who is confident. They will treat you better. When you are empowered, I want to be empowered. I choose empowered. I project the frequency of someone who is empowered. It starts running through you. It changes your cells. It changes your system, and you become what you project, and those around you start reacting to that frequency. I say a lot. I say all the time that life is a dance. And when you're with a person or other people and you've all been dancing this way, everybody knows the steps. She's indecisive. She's a doormat. She's victim-y. She's whiny. Like whatever negative thing you want to say. And then you change the dance and they either will bump and fall away or they will start doing a new dance. People will meet what you're projecting. People will meet what you are projecting. Project freedom. The sexy, embodied, I know myself and I love myself and I have got this. As you project that, people will meet you with that. Now, the last part of this is using this concept of projecting frequency to be who you are without fear or judgment. Fear and judgment come from two different places. They come from within and they come from around. And those are two wildly different things. And 9 times out of 10, it is our fear of external judgment that creates an internal fear that is stronger and more powerful than that external fear ever was. Think about that. Typically, people are not judging us to our faces, shaming us, blaming us, judging us. Typically, it is our concern about them that is shutting us down. Yeah, sometimes our family has things to say. Sometimes our friends have things to say. Why are they saying it? They're saying it because they love and they care about us. So thank you. Thank you for judging me. It means you care. Thank you for judging me and being concerned about me. It means you care. But I've got this. I've got this. And that judgment that comes from inside, you can do that too. Because there are parts of us, wounded parts of us, that have been hurt before, that are trying to keep us safe. Belonging, wanting to belong, wanting not to be ostracized. That's a fundamental human desire. So you can say to yourself, I know there's a part of me that's trying to keep me safe. I know there's a part of me that's like trying to keep me connected to the collective. Thank you. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. I appreciate that. And I've got this. And then if you need to go a little bit deeper with that, you can ask yourself, what really will happen if somebody judges me? Will somebody really leave? Yes or no? If the answer is, yeah, they really will leave, do you care? Yes or no? If you're like, yeah, I really do care, and you're sad, what can you do about that? What can you do to manage that sadness? Oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do the other thing. When you walk yourself down that whole thing, what will happen? What will people say? Answer the question. What will happen? What will people say? And what will you do then? Because that really helps you determine, yeah, this is something I truly need to stop. Or no, this is just a fear that's gotten a little bit out of control. I really am not going to die a bag lady under a bridge. I really am not. In any scenario, I know what to do to prevent that along the way. That's not a realistic fear. And those are questions that coaches help you work through. For those of you who have never had any coaching, those are the kinds of questions that coaches really do help you work through. What will happen if? Then what? How will you feel? Then what will you do? What might be another option in this situation? Is this really true? Questions like that are really, really good coaching questions because they help you break down those beliefs and those thoughts that are in your head that are holding you back. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I'm going to attach a couple of the meditations, both the shorter and the longer ones, and I will see you tomorrow. And be sure to reach out, Lora at loracheadle.com, if you have any questions or comments. Meditation to slow the thoughts, conscious mind to make a choice what you want to project that frequency. Then if you feel fear from within or from around you, use questions to break that down. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye.